unmute. Whoop. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Ranking the MCU. My name is Bronson Fiore. I am joined by Aaron Reynolds. And Derek. How's everyone doing?
I'm tired.
Yeah, no, I feel that. E3 happens. WoW happens. All kinds of fun stuff happens.
Been a lot of, trying to work, but also then at the same time, I'm like looking around at E3 stuff, seeing what's announced. And honestly, there hasn't been, the normal amount that's announced at E3, but then it's been
good.
Right, now I'm jumping to these different publications, trying to see what are we thinking about all this.
Like, there's enough to where, like, I looked at, like, the holiday season and I went, like, yeah.
Sure.
Like that's kind of what happened for me is, like, I went, because, like, I was looking at this upcoming holiday and I'm like, there is fuck all coming out for video games.
Yeah.
And then, like, E3 happened and we got dates for a bunch of stuff and I was just like, okay, no, there's actually, like, a good amount of stuff coming out, actually. That combined with, some other stuff. Like, I was like, fuck yeah, let's...
Did you guys peek at, like, the PC gaming and the future games?
No, I watched the Keighley thing, and then I watched Microsoft and Nintendo, Capcom, and Namco, which Capcom and Namco had big, this could have been put out in a tweet energy.
Right.
Yeah.
From watching those conferences that are dedicated to, like, smaller or indie games, just tells me, like, it may not seem like we're getting a plethora of games from the bigger baddies, but we got plenty of games coming.
No, there's a lot of good stuff coming. I mean, and, like, I actually kind of noticed, like, over the past 2 months, and by the end of this month, I will have a nice little backlog. Like, I'll have Resident Evil, and I'll have Ratchet and Guilty Gear and Mario Golf. I have finished the first Mass Effect. I still have, the other one. Now, to be fair, my shit kind of got completely... I probably would be through half of these if not for my shit being totally, unbelievably just taken over by one game and one game only.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're about at the point where we got to stage an intervention with Bronson.
Nah, World of Warcraft will screw this up, and it'll knock him out.
Yeah, like, don't worry, like, so here's the thing, if this was, like, years ago, I would have, like, agreed with you, yes, I would have been like, yeah, you need to stop this, please. But, like, the thing is, like, this is old content, so, like, we're blowing through it at, like, ridiculous pace. Like, like, we are, so, like... So that's not, like... And then, like, the current retail game is, like... Once again, they'll fuck it up somehow. Like, that's the attitude towards it,
Right, I mean, you gotta see...
Blizzard... I've never played Warcraft, and I've lightly dabbled in Diablo, mainly Diablo 3, but I know how much people love Diablo 2, and seeing that it was, that it's coming back soon... And knowing how much people love that, I'm, carefully enthusiastic about trying it.
I adored Diablo 2 and 3, and that's, those are great games. But, like, World of Warcraft, back in the day, hit me in a very special way that no other game really has, or very few games have. And going to, I've tried to find, and, like, the thing is the current expansion and the one before this, the magic is not there. Like, it is just, it's just not. And, and then, like, as much as I'm enjoying this older brand of MMO, and I wish it would come back, it's not gonna. So, like, I've been trying other MMOs, and, like, Final Fantasy's alright. But it's not what I want. And it's just like, well, that's, it is what it is. Like,
Destiny.
That's more of a Diablo-like than a traditional MMO. I enjoy it.
Yeah.
I enjoy it. I enjoy it. I have a great time with it, but it's not like what I'm looking for is a very specific experience. That is what old MMOs were, whereas it's like big, wide, open world that functioned a lot like a real world would, and you have to interact with other people to progress in any meaningful way a lot of the time, and like a lot of the time, shit is inconvenient. But because of that,
Does it ever do anything like that? Like where it's like The Sims, so you have to be online in a community to thrive.
Like I mean, there have been other MMOs to do similar gameplay that were older and even more hardcore. But like a perfect example of this is in modern World of Warcraft, you can basically teleport or ride anywhere you want within about 2 minutes. And Final Fantasy, you can teleport anywhere you've been to.
Mm-hmm.
This is very convenient for modern games. I understand why it's a thing in modern games. It's I get it.
But you don't like it?
But I don't, because it subtracts from the sense of a world. Because, yes, in World of Warcraft, it is, at times it can be annoying that, oh, I have to go to my friend across the planet. I have to go ride a griffin and then wait for a boat and hop on that boat and then ride my fucking tiger or horse or whatever my mount is across the continent to get to him. Yes, that can be inconvenient, but it creates this sense of a world. And it's like you feel like you're in that like magical fantasy world in that place. Versus instead of just playing a fucking video game.
I can understand that.
And then on top of that, it also, like, shit happens on the way there. Like, you end up like, oh shit, the Horde's there, and we fight, or like, oh dude, hey, I found, like, all this ore and stuff on the way, look how much, I'm gonna make so much money off of this. Or I found a rare spawn, or, whatever it is. Like, you end up with stories on the way, versus, like, current World of Warcraft. Well, I teleported to Maldraxxus, and I flew over to where I needed to be in about 2 minutes, or a minute, and killed the thing. Or Final Fantasy where, well, I teleported to the city, walked about 2 minutes outside the city, and killed the thing I needed to kill.
So you're saying that the convenient fast travel is immersion breaking?
Yeah, it absolutely is. And a lot of the community stuff is fucking... it breaks a lot of that experience. But anyway, look, man, I will go on this diatribe some other time.
You've done it previously. I'm not surprised.
This was a WoW show, not a... I thought this was Bronson talks about WoW for 2 hours and his friends.
I could...
That's every show on this channel.
I could... Well, I mean, it's really like the state of MMOs, because, like, fucking every MMO copies the big two, right? Like, that's how it is now. But yeah, we're here to review Infinity War.
We're here to review a couple movies. This is right in the MCU. This is where we talk about Marvel movies. We've been going through a lot of them.
The light is at the end of the tunnel, boys.
Oof.
The light.
I mean, is it this month?
It's the middle of July is when we're done.
No, it's the middle of July. We still got over a month to go. That's right. Yeah.
Because
it's June 20th is the last episode.
Yep.
There's 2 movies left, right?
No, there's 4 movies left.
Oh.
So we got these.
Because we have to talk about that piece of shit movie called Spider-Man: Far From Home. I forgot.
And then we also have to talk about Black Widow and the TV shows. Yeah.
At least Black Widow's new. Like, it's gonna be.
It's new. It's gonna be fresh. Yes. And then we have the big ranking show. So yeah, hey, it will, and then we're doing Ant-Man and the Wasp. We're doing Infinity War and Ant-Man and the Wasp this week. So, yeah, so I guess my first thing is, Infinity War, better, worse, or about the same?
Aaron, wasn't this your first time watching Infinity War?
Oh God, no. I saw this in theaters.
Yeah, dude, I'm pretty sure everyone here saw that movie in theaters.
I thought there was like a pretty critical movie that you hadn't seen yet, Aaron.
The two I hadn't seen was I hadn't watched the second half of Guardians 2. I hadn't watched Black Panther, and I hadn't watched Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Oh, okay. So nothing that critical. I'd say maybe not seeing the second half of Guardians 2 is probably the biggest.
Yeah, that's definitely so. But Aaron, Infinity War, better, worse, or about the same?
You know, I gotta be honest. I have to say worse.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
It was a little bit worse for me too.
Okay.
About the same, though. I considered it the best movie of the bunch. So I mean.
So okay, that's the thing. It's worse than the last time I watched it, but it is still probably the best movie. That's. You know what? Let's talk about it more. Let's get in deep on Infinity War, because that's the only way we're going to be able to explain our feelings on all this and figure it out.
Okay, so yeah, that opening is completely perfect. It's so good. It immediately establishes Thanos as the unbelievably ridiculous threat that he absolutely is.
Yeah.
They just murder two key characters immediately. Set up the whole journey perfectly. It's fucking perfect. It's so good. I remember watching that and sending a text out, saying a thing to the group text of like, this intro is literally perfect. Oh,
I think it's a good intro.
I'm gonna be on my own hill here. The intro of this movie is the most boring part of this movie for me.
What? Dude, the dude, like, he whoops the shit out of the Hulk.
Yes, and it's completely unbelievable. He has, one stone? And if you watch that fight, it seems like Hulk is holding back. Like, it's like they almost had the Hulk hold back so Thanos could win.
Well, no, they're trying to showcase how, powerful Thanos is. Like that's
I don't know, guys. I don't love the intro at all. Every time, the first time I watched that movie, the second time I watched that movie, every time I watched that movie, the intro's been my least favorite part.
I don't think it's my favorite intro that we've seen, but it accomplishes its main goal very well, which is establishing Thanos is a goddamn threat. Here's him choking Loki to death, and you're gonna look in his eyes as he does it. It's like, shit.
Yeah, I know. I'll admit, when I saw the blood vessel, when I saw the blood vessels pop in his eyes, and then you heard the neck bones crack, I was like, damn, that was a brutal killing.
Yeah.
Which is a little surprising from Disney, but
sure.
Nothing as bad as Captain America and the fucking propellers, though.
Yeah.
Dude, I love those propellers.
Fucking human
wow,
smoothie.
the propellers are just oh god. Emily in Twitch chat says, "You heathen."
I'm sorry. I don't know.
Yeah.
Gotta say though, I'm not like most people who really adore Loki for reasons I can't quite wrap my head around. So watching him die, I don't really feel much of anything.
I'm gonna be honest. I didn't love Loki until this first episode of the fucking TV show this week.
I haven't watched it yet. I still need to finish Cap and the Winter Soldier.
That show ends in a good way. It's cool. A fun time. Go ahead.
Yeah, they could have ended that better, but
okay, they ended as well as you can, approaching that subject matter from something made by the Disney Corporation.
I mean, in that respect, yes. Also, like the U.S. agent stuff, I don't know. I think there are more interesting ways to go with it. But anyway, we're not here to review that show.
Yes, that's later.
Yeah, that is later.
Go on.
So what happens after this intro here?
So after this intro, Heimdall sends Hulk to Earth, and he busts through the sky of the Sanctum, Doctor Strange's Sanctum, and we get fucking. I like Doctor Strange and Wong's little back and forth here. It's just like, It's just like, I got $200 rupees. How much is that? It's like $1.50.
Yeah. Yep. No, Doctor Strange, always a fun time.
But yeah, he's like, Thanos is coming, and it cuts to Tony Stark, and he explains, look, it's, we need you. Congrats on the wedding, by the way.
Yeah, it was funny. I like that.
And then like Banner comes back and he explains to Tony, what's going on, da 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 da. And then they go to the Sanctum, and real quick, this movie flies. It does not fucking waste your time. They are very much quick to explain. Here is Thanos. This is why we don't like him. This is why This is why he's gonna fuck the universe up. If this is your first one of these for some reason, here we're getting you up to speed as fast as we can as well. Here are the Infinity Stones. This is what they do. This is what Thanos is planning to do. Boom, 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 boom. Exposition quick and to the point. They do a nice bit of showing. One thing I'm not sure if you guys agree is they really nail the vibe of each character, like from their solo movies in this movie. Like the scenes with Doctor Strange remind me of the Doctor Strange film, the Iron Man.
I agree with that.
Like, and same thing with like Tony in the Iron Man films, and like seeing them interact and such. But yeah, and then so Thanos shows up, or a spaceship shows up. Thanos is going off to go to retrieve a stone. He sends his goons to Earth to retrieve 2 stones, because there's 2 on Earth. And, the first battle happens of Wong, Doctor Strange, Iron Man, Bruce Banner versus 2 of Thanos' goons. For whatever reason, the Hulk won't come out. He's afraid. He's something. Dude, you're embarrassing me in front of the wizards.
Yep.
The quote. That was really good. There was a lot of really good one-liners. It's just like, like him and Tony fighting, like A+ there. Like Doctor Strange and Tony's fights, like just like.
Doctor Strange literally calls him a douchebag.
Yeah. Just like protecting your reality, douchebag. Like, great stuff there. So I really enjoy the setup for that. That's A+, and then the actual fight starts. The actual fight starts, and it's fantastic. The action, the action looks fucking great. They show off everyone's powers. They show off Spider-Man and give us a pretty fucking good Stan Lee cameo.
Yeah.
Haven't you kids ever seen a spaceship before?
Yeah, that was funny. I like that.
I've been living in New York the past few years. You seen this stuff?
You should have. So there's that. You have the fight go on, and it gets real quippy, and like they're trying to take the time stone from Doctor Strange, and they kill the giant dude, but then the smaller what's his name, the Maw?
Squidward.
Squidward.
Mm-hmm.
Squidward knocks out Doctor Strange, has him captured, but Kate Buddy to the rescue. Like, it really does a good job of showcasing all the different Avengers and their powers, and also showcasing like how ridiculous some of them would find this situation. Like, like when Peter shows up, he's just like, there is a wizard with a magic stone. You need to go get him.
Yep.
Just like, and then like when he's going to space and passing out, just like, you said I gotta protect the wizard. Just absolute fucking absurdity, but it's fun absurdity, and it's a good it's that fun you always talk about, Aaron, of seeing these different characters interact. I feel it's the best it's been here.
I mean, it's twofold. Like, one, it's a lot of different of these different heroes interacting, and 2, it's like the largest cast. It's the largest group all coming together slowly throughout this movie, and so like seeing, Thor and Guardians interact, and Spider-Man and Doctor Strange interact, like, and Iron Man and Doctor Strange, obviously, like, it's good. I like it.
It's
just like
ensemble.
it's just like I'm Doctor Strange. It's just like, hi, I'm Peter. It's like Doctor Strange. Oh, we're using our made up names. I'm a Spider-Man. Like,
Ebony Maw is the name of Squidward. Okay.
Yeah, I figured the like, because I know Thanos at one point says you killed the Maw today to extract a heavy toll.
Yeah.
So then they're Strange gets kidnapped. Iron Man goes after him, says goodbye to Pepper. Peter stows away with the Iron Spider. And then we cut to the Guardians, which could not have had a better intro than just in space and Rubber Man is playing.
You're talking about like vibes when every time you go into like an individual spot, like that is the quickest into Guardians vibe.
And here, I actually have a very interesting tidbit about the Guardian scenes in this movie. So in the case of the Guardians of the Galaxy and Iron Man, they actually went in and brought in James Gunn to direct and work on those scenes with the Russo brothers for the Guardians.
That would make sense.
And
I didn't see him credited as producer on.
And Favreau for Iron Man.
Oh wow! All right.
So
that's cool.
So they all Guardians once again do a real good job being the Guardians. Every time this scene comes on, it puts a fucking dumb smile on my face as someone who absolutely loves the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, I gotta say, most of my favorite scenes in this movie were scenes that the Guardians were in.
Like they have a lot of great moments, but their opening where it's just like, it's just like it's just like someone could be in trouble, but why are we going after them? It's
right.
just like, well, they could have some cheddar, but that's not why we're doing this. It's to be altruistic, just like it's just like, but if they don't pay up, then we rob them, and then just Peter looks at him hard like. So yeah, and then of course Thor hits the windshield, and they bring him in. He's knocked out, and they're just like fawning over his fucking body. It's just Drax like, this is a man. It's just like you are. It's just like, what is this? Another you're a dude. This is a man. And then like Gamora's checking out, just like let's be
rubbing his muscles.
Yeah, just like they're like metal fibers. And then fucking Rocket just like, let's be real, Quill. You're one sandwich away from being fat.
And then Drax is like, he's got like the turkey neck going on.
Yeah.
He's like so offended.
It's so good, dude. It's so good. But Thor wakes up and he's freaking out because he's traumatized and shit from everything. If we're being honest, the last like 3 days basically.
Yeah.
So yeah, the past 3 days of his life have just been a fucking living hell. So yeah, like you have, so like they, and so Thor explains who he is, what his deal is. The Guardians, I need to kill Thanos. I need to get a weapon. Da 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 da. We all know the shtick. So yeah,
like mocking Thor, trying to make his
like he's trying to be the leader. And it's just like what, Quill? Why are you? Just everyone's questioning him. It's like,
why are you copying my voice? He's copying my voice.
Like, I don't know how he's ever gonna live that down, ever.
Oh no!
I mean, some events happen.
Oh.
They'll remember eventually.
Oh, of course.
So yeah, like it's he has fucking so that moment's great, but then they agree to give him okay, Thanos needs to be stopped. we're gonna send out a we're gonna Emily says that part was straight cringe for me.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, but what about which is in my opinion the funniest comedic moment in the entire MCU, where Drax thinks he's fucking invisible because he's
That's a little
standing
later,
still.
but yes, that part is amazing.
No, but I was just wondering if Emily thought that was cringe too, because like that to me is like
No, just like I'm
so
I'm undetectable to the human eye.
I rewinded and watched it several times, as I do every time I watch this movie. I
It's
cannot
just-
get enough of that scene, man.
It's like I'm undetectable to the human eye, and then just hi Drax.
He's like, damn it. It's like, yeah, Quill's like, you're eating a Zarg nut, but the movement is so slow. You cannot.
I mean, it's the cringe part here is that it's like, Peter Quill's masculinity is threatened by Thor and feels the need to try and like make up for it, and that's understandable, and it's also rough to watch.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I
it's
understand. Yes, that
it's
is cringe.
no,
And
it's
I like
super funny
Star-Lord,
though.
but I don't think he's very masculine.
No, he's not, dude. He thinks Footloose is the best movie ever.
He's definitely a dude like Drax.
What's wrong with
said.
that?
It's like,
That's another great line later in this movie, though. It's like, is Footloose still the greatest movie ever? It never was,
never
but
was. Never was.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I wasn't trying to jump ahead. I was just, man, that scene is so funny to me.
no, absolutely. Like I agree. So the Guardians set up their plan. Like Gamora, Peter, Mantis, and Drax are gonna go to nowhere to get a head jump on the Collector, etc., etc. The while Rocket, Thor, and Groot go to make this super weapon to go and fight Thanos. And then that that cuts their split, and then we go back to Earth, and we get to find out what's been going on with Wanda and Vision and their whole little thing, and they're in bed, they're being cute, they don't know what horrible shit's about to happen.
Right.
And then they have their conversation, and he's just like, well, maybe we can get away forever, maybe we can go and maybe we can get away forever, so like stop being a part of the Avengers and just go live our life, just us, etc., etc.
Yeah.
And she's like, nah, dude, we made commitments, we as much as I enjoy you, and they go outside, they see the news of the attack of like Tony's gone, etc., etc., and then fucking Vision gets ganked. He gets ganked so fucking hard
Out of nowhere.
Yeah, I didn't really see it coming.
Yeah.
I loved it. It's another case of really showing off how like just absolutely savage that Thanos army is, right?
Mhm.
Like that just just. And then they're both getting their asses beat, but then hobo Captain America to the rescue.
Well, yeah, he's kind of got like the Nomad vibe going on, which I love for him.
Yeah, no, well, I mean, yeah, that's a reference to when he's Nomad. And that great setup for him when he fucking catches the thing. The music cues in, and they straight up fucking murder that henchman. They murder the fuck out of him. Yeah. Black Widow did not fuck around. She was just like, I can solve this problem. Murder.
What do you guys think about her new look in this movie?
She hot.
Great.
She hot.
I like the wearing black with the white hair. It's a good look.
You like it more than the long red hair?
No.
I was never a big fan of the long red hair.
No.
I like this is just a general preference for me, but also for Black Widow, as I like it short right there.
Nah, I got nah, dude. That red hair just
Red's good too. I'm just with the whole
like,
black suit. It was a good combo.
I'm partial to blondes, always have been, right? But like the way she looks in Winter Soldier, I thought was like her best. But
that was good too.
Yes, that is my favorite look for her. But no, she is very attractive.
Everyone's looking good.
Yeah, it's not my favorite. It's not my favorite costumes for a lot of these characters, but it is.
Sure.
They do a really good job with the characters that they do a good job.
You can definitely tell they've been spending 10 years building and reworking these characters over time. And now they're pretty comfortable with it.
Over and over and over and over again, some might say.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Years and years of concept art.
Indeed. So you have that, and then you have the excuse me, sorry. So then they set up like, okay, we gotta go to Ross, we gotta get a defense for Earth set up and ready, etc., etc. And then it cuts back to outer space with Tony and Doctor Strange, or Doctor Strange is being tortured and captured, and then Tony's like, shit, I gotta do something. And then he finds out Peter's stowaway. He's like, "You're fucking stowaway, goddammit!" Just like you can just like see in Tony's eyes, he's about to have a fucking aneurysm.
And then Peter tells him that it's his fault, that it's Tony's fault, and then he really gets pissed. And he's like, "Take it back, take it back."
And then of course. Golden line from Peter. He tells this joke 3 separate times, but it's goddamn funny every time. Have you ever seen this really old movie called Aliens?
Yeah.
Ebony Maw gets sucked into space. Doctor Strange gets rescued. Mm-hmm. Doctor Strange has questions like, "What is he? Is he like your ward?"
He's like, "What's the relationship here?"
Yeah, like. So yeah, that was very good. And they explain it's like, all right, hey, we got to bring the fight to Thanos on his turf. Da 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 da. Let's do it. And they start setting up a plan. And Doctor Strange very plainly establishes it between you and the kid and the stone. I am picking the stone. Fuck you.
I like the back and forths between Strange and Tony, and like when Strange says like, "Unlike everyone else in your life, I don't work for you."
Exactly. Like that. That was That was a spot. That was so good, so spot on. Like just that clash of ego is so good.
This movie made me actually like Strange a little bit more than Iron Man. Just in this movie, not like in general, but that's because I was kind of high off of watching Doctor Strange recently and like liking it more than I originally did. But I really like Strange well into this movie.
He's so good in this flick. This movie really showcased, and like it certainly helps that they have such a really good fucking actor behind him.
Yeah, definitely.
So yeah. Anyway. So you have that, and then you have excuse me. So you have that going on, and then it cuts back to Earth, where Rhodey and the rest of the Avengers hook up, and then like they're like, "You need to arrest these men." Just like, and Captain America's like, "Look, I'm tired of your shit. Earth just lost its best defender," which that was a nice little like, "Aw, Cap, you do still care."
Yeah.
Earth just lost its best defender. You need to calm the fuck down.
Mm-hmm.
So that goes in, and they start setting up a defense. They're like, well, where can we defend the Earth from all this bullshit? And he's like, well, I got a place, and that obviously is Wakanda. And they start setting up defenses in Wakanda, and then it cuts to Thor. And, like, Rocket gets Thor's full story, and he's like, oh, and he realizes how much trauma he has. And this is such a good moment, right? Where he's just like, all right, it's time to be, like, because of, his experience with Yondu, his experience with Peter, he's like, all right, it's time to go be the captain. And he has that talk with, he has that talk with him where he's just like, hey man, are you sure you're ready to go, do this? and whatnot, and he's like, "Of course I am." Da 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 da. Like very, very Thor.
Yeah. Yeah.
When he says Thanos has never fought me twice.
Yes, that was
one of the best lines.
It's just like he's never thought me. Yes, he has. He's never thought me twice. I just every now and then I feel like Thor.
Sure.
That is some shit I would say, and I'm not even gonna deny it.
No, it's good, man. It's really good. Thor, I feel like really became more relatable later, in these movies.
Yeah. Yes, I could definitely. I definitely see that. I totally see that actually. So yeah. Anyway, we have. So we get the backstory behind the Forge and what needs to happen and how Thanos made the dwarves make the Infinity Gauntlet and Asgard didn't protect them, and after he had the gauntlet made, instead of murdering half of the dwarves, he murders all of them but one, and he's like, just like, your life is your own but your hands are mine, and fucks up his hands permanently forever so he can't make anything.
Right.
But then Thor's like, no, all your recipes are fucking in here, da 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 da. So.
I like seeing Peter Dinklage as a dwarf.
That's huge.
Like,
that's gigantic. Yes.
Yeah.
It's so good. It's so funny.
Good.
So yeah, like that was. So yeah, that was fantastic. So at this point, you have Tony and everyone landing on Titan. Or no. You have Nowhere. I'm sorry, I forgot one part. You have Nowhere, which the Guardians go to ambush Thanos and meet the Collector, and you show up and it looks like Thanos is torturing the Collector, and the Guardians go to attack him, but turns out, he already murdered the Collector. He has the stone, etc. And he catches and you think Gamora kills him or he fakes you out. You're like, oh fuck, but then you're like, oh wait, this is too soon in the movie for this to happen. At least I did. And then you find out no, Thanos is alive and he just tricks Quill into coming out. And I just the boyfriend. If that was not just a ooh, that's a weird thought, in Thanos as someone's dad.
Yeah, who's like, you're the guy who's dating my daughter. Okay, this is gonna be fun.
Yeah. Almost reminded me of the Spider-Man Homecoming scene a little bit with Vulture in the car.
Oh,
right. Yeah.
Yeah, Keaton.
Oh god, absolutely kills it. But they have that conversation, and then Peter has the pull the gun moment, and just he goes through with it, Gamora wanted, and then Thanos is like, "I like you," and then takes her. And I feel like this psychologically fucks up Peter so bad, which is part of why later he does what he does. And two, man, that was funny. Fucked up, but funny.
Oh, with the bubbles.
Yeah, just and then I like him.
Yeah. No, I gotta say, I gained some respect for Peter when he actually kept his promise.
Yeah.
I don't even think he closed his eyes. He just kind of...
He just yells and does it.
Yeah, no, he did it.
Yeah.
Respect.
He did what he fucking said he would.
Yeah.
So, and then it cuts to... then it cuts to Earth. We're in Wakanda now, and when you said we were joining the rest of the world, this is not what I meant. What'd you think? Maybe get a Starbucks.
Yeah, I remember seeing that line in the trailer, before the movie came out. I always thought it was funny.
My soda is warm now.
Oh no, what have you done?
Yeah, one of mine got warm, so I cracked up another one that's more cold.
Just
Small victories.
yep.
Speaking
Water
of
is still
sodas,
cold though, because it's in a metal cup.
There you go.
Oh yeah, that's the way to go. Speaking of cold sodas, real quick, are either of you gonna pick up that Series X mini fridge whenever the pre-orders go live? Because
How big is it?
am.
Because I have a current mini fridge. I could upgrade. How big is
So
it?
I don't think it's very big. Like it's probably smaller than the one I have now, but I don't care. I want it. That's where I'm at. I want it.
If it's as big as my current fridge, I would consider it. If it was as big as because my current fridge has a problem where the freezer part of it just completely ices over, and I have to drag it out in the yard for it to melt.
Wow.
Yeah, to defrost it because it doesn't auto defrost. It's only like a once maybe twice a year process, but it's still fucking obnoxious. But it's still fucking obnoxious when like I go to look at it and it's just a brick of ice and I'm just like fuck.
It just wants to make sure your sodas are extra chilly, man.
Yeah, I guess. Actually, right now all that's in there is some Jello, but still.
Dude, I haven't had Jello in like 10 years.
Well, so Stephanie and I were looking for like low calorie snacks.
No, dude, it's good, dude. It's really good.
Yeah,
I miss having Jello.
Yeah, we got sugar-free Jello.
Probably doesn't even taste so different than the
No, it almost tastes exactly the same.
Yeah, I believe it.
Great.
I'm all about sugar-free stuff. I don't even taste the difference, really.
Some things I do. I notice the difference in Coke. Like, I can point out a Coke Zero, like, immediately.
Oh, dude, no, I love this stuff. I think it's... It's like witchcraft. Oh, no, dude. Back when I drank regular soda, though, Cherry Coke was definitely a go-to. Specifically, dude, a fountain Cherry Coke from Jimmy John's. I swear, like, their Cherry Coke mixture is delightful.
No, you want to talk about some real shit. Those Coke Freestyle machines, when you get the Cherry Coke from them,
I haven't had good experience with their Freestyle machines. It seems like you always taste the previous things, and I even run the thing for 10 or 15 seconds to clear out the previous flavor. I haven't had a good experience with it.
Actually, my best experience with a Cherry Coke is when you go to a bar and they make it with grenadine.
Dude, yeah,
definitely. Like that's when they take Coke and just put fucking grenadine in it. That's the best answer to that.
Yeah, and the candied cherries. Yeah, Roy Rogers. I used to drink a lot of Roy Rogers.
Yeah, I live in Reno, which is a huge bar town, so like you can get those at almost any restaurant.
That's cool.
So. Anyway, so yeah, but where did I leave off? This is a long movie. It's almost 3 hours.
It is.
Yeah, Titan. So, they have their crash landing, Doctor Strange and everyone, and the Guardians are chasing after Thanos, and they're like, well, we're going to Titan now. And, they think Thanos' ship has Thanos in it, so the Guardians attack, and you have, the Guardians versus, Doctor Strange, Iron Man, and Peter, and you have that great scene, just like, where is Gamora? I'll do you one better. Who is Gamora? I'll do you one better. Why is Gamora?
God damn it.
Cool tracks.
Yeah, he has a lot of good scenes, and then just like their argument, Missouri, I'm from Missouri. Missouri is on Earth, dumbass. It's just like, what master I serve? What am I supposed to say? Jesus?
Oh, dude, I love that line.
It's so good. It's one of the many, many good parts of that. So yeah. Oh lordy. God.
What's next?
So they start setting up their plan, and then of course you have the Guardians interacting with Tony Stark, and Tony Stark just has this realization we're all gonna die. We're all gonna die.
Mm-hmm.
That's literally the look on his face when he's just it's like, Peter, can we get your two to huddle up? Just and what are these two jobs? It's like, what we do is take ass and kick names or something like that.
Yeah.
And Tony's just like, oh god. And then Tony explains his plan, and Peter's like, okay, or your plan sucks, and we go with my plan, which is way better and will totally work.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like you have that fucking beautiful moment, and them just having that conversation.
Mm-hmm.
It's like when he calls him Plucky, and he's like, dude, don't call us Plucky. We don't know what it means.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then it cuts to Earth, and you have the invasion. It cuts to Earth, and you have the invasion going on, and they're like, they start explaining everything with that, and you see like, okay, hey, we can rescue Vision, but I'm literally gonna need all of the time in the world to do this, so you guys are gonna have to go and distract them, and they have the shield wall put up. They're like, I love this place, da 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 da. And then after that, you have, they realize, like, okay, man, they're just going to go run back and break through it if we don't, actually fight them. So they open up the gate partially. They open up the gate partially, and the fighting starts, and I'm going to be honest, so there are this is the part of the movie where it's like, you get to see 3 conflicts. You get to see a large, big battle conflict. You get to see a personal struggle with Thor. And then you get to see a kind of a smaller, more intimate level conflict. And I just feel the Wakandan part is not nearly as interesting as the other 2.
Okay.
Like, the entire time I am watching the... like, it's not to say it's bad. Like, it's still good. But,
yeah.
like, in comparison, in comparison to the other 2, I definitely find myself being like, oh man, what's going on with Titan? What's going on with Thor? More than I am being like, okay, are they gonna win the Battle of Wakanda? And then is that just me, or like, I don't know, how do you guys feel about that?
I think I like them all about the same.
Yeah, like one didn't really like stand out for me above the others, to be honest with you.
I will
my experience.
I will say they did a really good job with making them visually diverse and different, so you would not get bored with watching them.
Yeah.
Like they did a real good job of that. Because what they have is the you have the kind of dark, moody atmosphere. You have of what's going on with Thor. You have the like really big sunny battle scene, and then you have the like kind of desert conflict that's going on with Iron Man and on Titan and everything. So yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah. So yeah. Then it cuts to Thor. So the battle's going on, and you're kind of getting to see the scope of Thanos' army, but you're also getting to see the scope of like, okay, the Avengers may have a shot at this, minus the Hulk. Because the Hulk is just like, this seems like driving the Hulk. Immediately falls on his face.
Yep.
That's one thing I gotta say in this movie is Banner's character seemed really peculiar to me throughout the whole movie. Just the way he talked, like his attitude and everything. I don't know. He just didn't feel like the Banner in the other movies. And I know he had stuff going on, but still, I thought it was a little peculiar.
I don't know. I thought it was fine because I realized this dude just spent like 3 and a half years trapped inside the subconscious of the Hulk in outer space. So like I was just like, yeah, that's probably why he's a little bit weird at this point.
It makes sense to me. It's just to not get the delivery on the Hulk till the next Avengers movie. Kind of sucks, but I get it.
I actually liked it. I thought it was like, because I thought it was a nice change of pace from like, okay, he's gonna fucking struggle with being the monster for a little bit, and he's gonna flirt with Natasha for a little bit, and then he's gonna turn into the Hulk and kick a lot of ass.
Yeah, I mean, how many times did we hear Natasha say, "Hey, big guy, sun's getting real low"? Like, it got kind of old.
Or just like her communicating with him in some way, like, and it's just like, you know, to have him have like an inner conflict of like, yeah, man, the Hulk is scared, and also doesn't feel appreciated, and also just got comboed super hard.
It did get combos. I did like when Thor showed up and then he starts laughing and he's like, "You guys are so screwed now."
Yeah, yes, that was real good. That
was good.
Where just like, "Oh, you guys are screwed now." Like that was great. One moment in this that is actually, I feel like a lot of people don't catch is in Endgame. They have that girl power moment that everyone knows about. You know the one I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And then battle. This movie has one of their own, but it is way less forced.
Yeah, it's not super cringy like in Endgame.
Yeah, like when Wanda shows up and saves Okoye and Black Widow, and then they return the favor, and it's just all like the female warriors in Wakanda, and I'm like, that was really well done. And it showcases those characters without being, like, super cringe.
And Okoye is like, why was she up there this whole time?
Yeah, exactly.
Once Scarlet Witch comes down. Or, I mean, Wanda.
Yeah. So that battle goes on. You have Thor, light in the forge, and, just like, it's just like, you'll take the full blast of a star. It's just like, if you do that, it'll kill you, and it's just like, not if I forget what his line is, and it's just like, yes, that's what killing you means. Just once again, really good one-liners in this. I absolutely adored it. Absolutely. Yeah. So Thor has his struggle, and he's holding up the thing, and then, he manages to hold it right. He manages to hold it open enough and gets saved by Rocket, but no, they don't have a handle. But guess what? Teenage Groot steps up and is like, ah!
He breaks off his own arm.
Small scene from this movie I almost forgot about, just like, Groot speaks, and then fucking Thor, responds, just like, you speak Groot? Ah, yes, it was an elective on Asgard.
Yeah.
That was good. That was a good line.
And then you have Tony's conflict, then it cuts to Titan. And you fucking just... Yeah, and then we have that conflict, you have this, and it's like all the heroes are playing off each other really well, because they planned it. It's just like, magic with a kick, magic with a punch.
Yep.
And then just like Peter Quill going through the portal and putting the bomb on his back and then flipping him off as he fucking goes through. It's just so goddamn fun.
Yeah.
It's just so fun, and it's just such a good combination of heroes, and because most of these we haven't gotten in other Avengers or in a Civil War, it's a lot more entertaining in a lot of ways. How great was that Bucky Rocket combo?
Oh, I love that.
That's a good duo. You want to talk about potential duos?
Yeah,
that's a good duo right there.
They could definitely do some damage together.
Just like how much for the gun, not for sale. How much for the arm? Runs off. I'm getting that arm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah, I did like the arm reveal earlier in the movie.
Yeah, that was good.
This giant Hulk of vibranium murder.
Also, I absolutely love how Rocket gives Thor his eye because he stole it off some guy.
Yes. It's like, oh god, I would have cleaned that first.
That's like, I had to smuggle that out of my, never mind.
The Rocket Thor scenes in this movie, I think, are probably like.
Oh, they're so
endearing.
good, dude. Like it just like you can see like Rocket's character growth, you know, like from like the Guardians movies on full display. But he's still, you know, Rocket, so he's still a bit of a fucking asshole.
Yeah, definitely. Professional asshole.
No, it's just like, yeah. So what are you, kind of a professional asshole? Yeah, basically. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh Lord. I don't know, Aaron. You seem like fairly quiet on this film.
Because there's not really a whole lot that jumps out at me through this, to the point where like I'm saving like a lot of what I have to say just about general impressions as a whole of the movie. What I will say for now, just to get my time in for this moment, is I do enjoy the character interactions throughout. Like, this is finally the movie where we're getting all these different franchises put together, and it's in the same way that first Avengers did, but now for the larger universe that they've created, and seeing those guys interact and the different, you know, team ups that happen throughout is really enjoyable.
And the entire time in the background, we're just getting more of this, you know, this Thanos story, and how it's like just so well put together. You know, like you find out what happened to his homeworld, the Titan. You find out how like he adopted Gamora, and like how he got his background, and you get to see what kind of fucking heinous monster he is, right? Like,
yeah.
Seems like maybe Aaron's holding out for this movie.
Maybe.
Wait, which movie?
He held up Endgame.
I held up a copy of Endgame.
Yeah, I'm not.
I'll throw it up for you again, just so you can.
I'm not as hot on that one.
Sure.
I find that one a little more flawed. I like it still, but yeah. So, you know, we get that conflict on Titan, and we almost get the glove off, but then fucking, you know, Peter has his breakdown, which people fucking got mad at him, but I'm like, dude, this guy in the past year has had his dad die, his girlfriend died. You know, he just found out his girlfriend died, and he's already had fucking fucking stupid amounts of trauma. Like, fucking just, I'm, like, I don't know what you want from this man. And he was already, like, partially stunted. I don't know what you're expecting from him to be, like, calm, cool, and collected.
I get that, but I also just think finding out that he killed Gamora, obviously he's already threat level number 1, but that just intensifies that, so why not keep your shit together for 10 more seconds so you can really
because that's not who he is as a person.
No, it's not.
No.
He's very brash.
He's very, like, yeah, no. This is the same man who, like, in, like, his second movie, like, while, like, almost in a relationship with Gamora, is hitting on, what's-her-face.
Oh, Aisha, the High Priestess.
Yeah.
I still say he totally missed that opportunity, man. I mean, she was literally, like, entirely blonde, like, even her skin. I was just like...
You know what's weird about my dating history? No, like, you bring up blondes, and this is related. This is... It's like, this was not intentional, by the way, but, like, I have never dated a brunette. Literally every woman I've dated is blonde or redhead. With one girl having black hair. That's their, like, their natural hair color.
Black hair, technically a brunette.
No, this is like raven, not like, you know, a dark brown. This is like actually black hair.
I see.
Yeah, like that's. So yeah, like it was. I don't know, man. I just find it funny. So when you say you like blondes,
sure.
Respect, man. Respect.
It's completely on accident, I assure you.
That just makes it more impressive.
Yeah, it's funny. I just find it funny. Yeah, and people ask, like, fucking what, how, and I'm like, I don't know, the brunettes just, they say no.
Dude, you know, I have a really hard time trusting brunettes.
Who hurt you?
I'm just gonna leave it at that.
Okay, fair enough. Um. So. Yeah. Where'd we leave off?
Aaron's
Good
blonde.
question.
He's basically
Oh, Aaron's like.
basically on the market.
Aaron's maximum blonde.
I'm pretty blonde.
Yeah, you're pretty.
It always seems darker when I'm looking at it in the webcam, but
No, I can tell by the way the light. It's a nice blonde, Aaron.
thank you very much.
I mean, the webcam makes my hair look way lighter than it actually is. So
Sure.
I think mine's about. I don't know how it looks on your screen, but I have dark brown hair, so.
Yeah, that looks about right.
I have dark brown hair until I grow it out.
Yeah.
What happens then?
It turns into white hair.
White hair.
Gray, right?
So, yeah, like a very light silver.
Okay.
Evil son of a bitch.
Yeah, whatever happened there. It's Old Snake, Metal Gear Solid 4. That's my theory.
I'm a clone.
No,
You're actually just a clone.
It looks kind of cool. Like I think like the brown hair with like a touch of silver or gray. Actually, I think
Bronson can rock it if he ever decided to do it, but
Fuck yeah, dude, he's legendary.
I just prefer like a low maintenance short haircut, which the blonde.
that's a thing. Yeah.
Which like it doesn't show then, so it means I have to grow my hair out, and like long hair is a lot of work.
It is a lot of work, man.
It's a lot of.
My hair ever was when I was like 15 was down to my shoulders.
Yep, same. I've been there before. Yep. Yeah,
it is fun. It's fun for a while, but it's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work, and then also like I already have like to maintain like my skin because it's like dry, which means I'm like always at conflict of like I need to clean my hair, but I can't like shower all the time because otherwise it fucks up my skin real bad. So like I have to like play this balancing act of like, you know, like fucking okay, I need to like stay clean and healthy, my skin, but I also need to like keep this long ass hair wash because like one day of living life and it's just filthy.
Sure.
Maintaining all the components of a human body really is overwhelming.
It can be.
Yeah.
I always say, I'm like, man, if I can ever just download my consciousness to a Terminator body,
dude,
no
there you go.
Fucking same. Same. Well, I always said, you could cyborg me, boy.
Just imagine never having that slight but very shitty discomfort in your stomach right before some serious indigestion's coming on.
Mm-hmm.
I would sell my soul to never feel that ever again.
Yep. Yep. No, absolutely. Abso-fucking-lutely. Yeah, no, I 100% agree with that. So, anyway,
we were at Peter Quill not being able to keep.
Yeah, he doesn't keep his shit together. So, you know, they think the plan. You know, they think they got him. You know, they think this is the 1 million, the 1 out of 14 million.
What you drinking there, Aaron?
Kirkland spiced rum I found in a garage.
There you go.
I don't know. It's fine.
I noticed a little bit of indulgence happening.
It's okay. It's fine. I don't like spiced rum.
Getting turnt on a Tuesday night.
I'm trying to get rid of this.
As good as time as any.
You could fucking just get blackout pissed drunk on a Saturday. There you go.
I don't like getting blackout pissed drunk. Also, I like my 3-day weekends for that. It's just,
okay, then okay, fine. Get blackout pissed drunk on your extra Friday.
It's too late now. I've got like 1 drink left.
Okay, well there you go. Fucking.
This is it.
My solution to I have a giant bottle of liquor. How do I get rid of it? I have 2 options for you. It's either A, host a party, or B, get blackout pissed drunk.
See, Aaron's drinking rum, and now I kind of want to grab my bottle of it.
I don't want to go spend $60 at the liquor store, but
no. Let's wait at least till we get through Infinity War here.
No, I'm just kidding. I don't want to. If I drink this, I don't have to sit up all night.
Yeah.
I don't want to do that.
Yep. All right. Peter Quill ruins the entire plan.
As you would expect, in all honesty. Let's be real.
Partially, it's never like you guys already just had this discussion, but it never sat 100% well with me. Like I understood to a point, but like when you see the gauntlet almost off his arm,
Yes.
and it's like, okay, I can kill this motherfucker as soon as this gauntlet gets off.
Yes, that's what I was trying to say earlier. I'm like, why deprive yourself of your own, thing?
Yeah, I understand that he's not in the best headspace. I understand, and when you're not in the right headspace, you can do all sorts of crazy shit. And in that sense, I understand. But I can't accept it 100%, and that's fine. I accept it enough to move on with the movie.
Fair enough. So,
especially this like links into a larger problem I have with the movie is like it's the one moment of hope in this damn movie.
there's two. There's 2 moments of hope.
It.
But, well, I mean, that's part of the reason why I love it, is, like, both moments of hope in this movie, you're just like, they're gonna do it! And then they're just like, no, fuck you. It's very Empire Strikes Back, and I love it.
This movie ends on such a down note, too.
I love it! I love it!
I remember leaving the theaters feeling fucking crushed.
I remember leaving the theater being like, yeah! That was dope as fuck! Fucking
I'll
A!
explain my thoughts on it later.
I'll
Let's get to the end here.
So, they start losing the Battle of Wakanda. Because Wanda joined the battle, they sent someone after fucking Vision. He gets fucking borked because, he was already stabbed earlier and is weaker now. They try and save him, and just fail miserably. Like the Hulkbuster doesn't bust shit. Fucking Captain America is barely helping them stay alive. Like, they are barely keeping shit together there. But then, Thor shows up and, the battle starts swaying in their favor a bit. But, not enough. Or not as much as you would, want, ideally. And then it cuts back to Titan, where, Doctor Strange fights him, and then Iron Man fights him, and then, Doctor Strange gives away the stone and says, it's just like, I'm sorry, it's the only way. Or Tony's like, why'd you go and do that? Because Doctor Strange fucking knows Tony has to live to actually win, which we'll get to later. And then
for now.
Right, and then Tony's like, why'd you go and do that? Da 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 da. And he's like, hey, we're in the end game now, so on and so forth.
I got to interject something real quick. When Strange said that line, I just had a feeling inside me where I knew the next movie was going to be titled Endgame, and no one agreed with me. But lo and behold,
here we are, years later.
Yeah.
So, all right.
All right.
Whoa. Yes.
And yet Emily will have that night.
You guys gonna get blackout drunk would be awesome.
I mean that's
Black Widow
the
night.
end of it.
Yeah.
Black Widow, then blackout. I like it.
There you go.
Blackout.
God damn it. All right. Where are we at?
So,
Vision has to get murdered fucking 2 times in a row. I think that's where we're at.
I love it so much. I love it so much. The pain, the suffering.
Dude, it's hard. It sucks, but like it's very well done. Like it's. I can't say anything bad about it, other than that it's like, oh man, that's a tough deal.
Like it does suck, like for the heroes. I will completely agree with that. So, but they get the time stone. That Thanos joins the battlefield, and he like one-shots everyone easily except for Captain America.
Yeah.
Captain America, he has like a little bit of a struggle with. He's like, what the fuck is this?
That's why I was saying a couple weeks ago. I think with no gauntlet, fist to fist. Maybe I'm wrong, but whatever, I'll die on this. So I think Cap would whoop Thanos' ass.
That definitely is not true because they fight in Endgame with no gauntlet. And he...
Yeah, but he was pretty worn out at that point.
No, he was fresh. He just... Look, man, I love Captain America because was the next guy, but, like, come on now.
Even if he lost, I'd still save him.
So you have Thanos. Wanda blows up Vision in time in this heartbreaking scene, but because he has the Time Stone, nope. Just literally just rips the gem out of his fucking head. Just in the most savage fucking way possible. Just not like, pull it out. Not like, give him a shot. Just like, caveman, caven skull.
I almost think that's more brutal than the Loki killing at the beginning of the movie.
Well,
Yeah.
especially because he turns just straight white and you just see his dead eyes.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Also, like, great showing by Wanda here how powerful she is, because just, like, holding off Gauntlet Thanos with one hand, blowing up Vision with the other.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yep.
you can see how stupid strong she is. And it's just a heartbreaking scene.
Mm-hmm.
But Thanos is like, nah, son. And then he gets fully charged with the gauntlet. Our hero has prevailed. And then, but Thor's like, nah, lightning blast, motherfucker. And throws the axe. Hits him dead in the chest. But in the most John McClane action movie fucking line of all time. As Thor is kind of being like, a bit of a fucking torturous monster here. Like, being like, fucking...
What? Okay.
Look, man, I gotta...
Ignoring the first 15 minutes of this movie.
Shoving it deeper into him.
Yeah, like, look, man, I gotta do the bit a little bit, alright?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Look, do you want me to not do the bit?
Do whatever you want, man. It's your show.
Do it. I don't know what it is, but...
No, so, he shoves fucking the axe in, but Thanos in the fucking just most action movie ass fucking like line ever is, should have gone for the head. Boom. Half of all life in the universe gone. He has his little talk with Gamora, like, what did it cost? Everything.
Mm-hmm.
And then, you get to see that horrifying ass scene of all the fucking Avengers. Or half of the Avengers just disappearing. You get to see, Rocket losing Groot and, Bucky gone. And then, like, Peter, because of his spider sense, is obviously sensing it beforehand. So he's like, Mr. Stark, like, that fucking scene.
Yep.
See, he has the healing factor, and that's why it's taking longer for him to die. So it's almost like it's happening to him over and over, I think, and that's what makes it so gut-wrenching.
Healing?
Yeah, Spider-Man has a healing factor. He heals faster than a normal person would.
So
I guess he does.
He's enduring it, like, more intensely than everyone else.
Right.
Well, because who else? There really no one else that gets snapped that didn't have that ability?
Yeah, that's about it.
I mean, I think Deadpool has a healing factor, but he's not in this universe.
Yeah, he's not in this.
I can't stand it.
You get to see, like, Cap realizing they lost over the corpse of Vision, and, like, you get to just see, like, the aftermath, man. Like, Tony's reaction and the Guardians all disappearing and, fucking just Nebula and Tony sitting there, and then, in one of the fucking... I cannot believe they had the balls to do this, but literally copying the scene from the comics, where Thanos literally goes and lives on a fucking farm.
Yeah.
I kind of liked that, though.
I love it! I love it! I love it so fucking much! And then they have, like, the quick credits. And then they have the Thanos will return. Like, oh Lord, such a fucking good movie from start to finish.
It's weird to think about, but Thanos is really like the star, the main character.
Yeah, he is. So if you were to dissect this movie on what it is the hero's journey, but for Thanos.
Yep.
You know, and the only like that is what it is, straight up. Oh, and then we have our post-credit scene of, you know, them summoning Captain Marvel. So.
Yeah, I kind of like that with Nick Fury. He's like, mother.
Yep.
He barely gets the button pushed in time to send the distress signal.
Mjolnir in the chat says, "Yo, what up, boys? I just got back from pre-ordering the digital deluxe edition of Guardians of the Galaxy game. Lol. Are we continuing the list tonight? Absolutely, we are.
Absolutely, and also great pick. That game looks dope. I'm probably gonna get it on Xbox. So,
sure. I like that Star-Lord jacket design.
Dude,
really
it's
good.
very 80s. It's very dope.
Yeah.
I wasn't sold on the game from what we saw from it, but I'm. You know,
I need to see more.
Playing it.
Yeah.
You know, when the time comes.
The fact that it's the Tomb Raider people gives me a little more confidence. Like,
sure.
I do like the Tomb Raider games.
It'll be a good single-player experience.
Yeah, no microtransactions.
For telling the story and whatever. Like, it's not going to be something that I'm probably going to go back and play over and over again. But I think for, like, you know, sit down and play it once in a while, like, you know, absolutely, I think that game will be worth it. The writing seems to be on point.
Yes, that just like Gardeners of the Galaxy, rockets. What? I'm sorry, I let Groot fill out the paperwork.
Oh yeah, no, that was funny.
I love the when you power up, it turns on a new '80s track.
Yes, no, that's good. That's
a
great call. Like again, everything it seems like they're doing it for the right reasons and all that. It's just, I need to see more.
Just after you and I having some bad experiences last year.
That's the thing. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know.
Do you really wanna hurt me? Do you really wanna make me cry? Alright. So yeah, gentlemen, as always, what do we give it? A 5 out of 5. I give this a 5 out of 5, and I think it's the best damn movie we've watched so far.
Oh. I'm going to give it a 5 out of 5 because, again, I get suckered in by, when they build up all these franchises and then put them together and then they react to one another. This is the biggest one in the series by far. So, yeah, I really enjoyed that. And everyone's clearly comfortable in their own skin as characters and in their own worlds and watching them interact. Everyone's real, it's good.
It's definitely a 5 from me.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
and I'm probably putting it at the top.
I mean, I would think Guardians of the Galaxy is close. In fact, I think that Guardians of the Galaxy is probably an easier watch because you don't need a bunch of investment.
That is true.
So, where are we putting it? Where would we put it?
On my personal list, it would actually be fairly low. Because...
Dude, we're so lucky Thomas isn't here right now. He'd have a fucking aneurysm.
I wish he was here, man.
You know
I would love to see his face.
He has thrown so many bad takes out, just unbelievably bad takes.
Look, we've all had our fair share of bad takes.
Yes, but he
has the most bad takes, bro. And I don't mean just fucking movies either. His fucking terrible video game takes as well.
Whoa, what are his video game takes?
Like any take he has on Bethesda ever.
Dude, his fucking avatar is from Kingdom Hearts. What more do you need to know?
I mean, look, there's a point where
Kingdom Hearts was cool it was the coolest goddamn thing up until they started making other stuff beyond 2, and people were like, Xenomorph?
Dude, I loved it when I was a kid.
I loved it when I was a kid.
Long time ago.
I love it now. I love it now. If you stop at 2,
I like the beginning part of 2 where you play as Roxas. A lot of people don't like, but I actually love that part.
You know what?
I like
the thing
that
is,
more than the other parts.
I was all about that franchise until until we got to 2.8. That's when I was like, fuck this. But anyway, back on track. All right, so Aaron, where would you put it?
I mean, on this list, again, like we've talked about this the last week or two, is that like this list looks so unlike my personal list that it's hard for me to really. Because here's my problem. My problem with Infinity War is twofold.
Mm-hmm.
One, it's the dumbest fucking plan. Thanos' plan is so dumb. You get a fucking Infinity Gauntlet that can change the universe, and instead of doubling resources, you kill half the population. You fucking dumbass.
I mean, that's why.
Wow.
That's why he is called the Mad Titan.
Exactly. Yeah. No, it's stupid. It's fucking dumb. And watching it over again just made me mad all over again at how dumb it was. That doesn't change how like. This is like one of the best villains in terms of like this is like a human being with struggles that really believes in this dumb thing, but he actually believes in it and he like it's important to him, and that's better than like a lot of the villains that we've run into. And then the other thing is, and this is partially because this is not the first time when we were in theaters watching it. Like when we watched it the first time, it was crazy impactful to. From my point of view, it was like a cultural moment of like seeing that end and him like sitting on the porch at the end of that, and then it cuts to credits. It's like what balls to do that? That's incredible. But if I'm not watching Endgame right after, I don't want to watch it again because it is just Thanos blowing through everyone for 2.5 hours, and I'm just not invested in the conflict. I'm invested in the characters interacting with each other. That's it. Because Thanos just blows through everyone. There's one moment with the fucking gauntlet, and then Peter Quill ends that.
Are you saying that it's basically a snuff film, Aaron? Because it kind of is.
Basically, But again, I appreciate the balls to do that. That was awesome,
yeah,
and to do that in the theater was awesome. And then Endgame delivers on that later. Like that was a great thing. It's just that as an individual movie, I don't want to sit down and watch Infinity War. It's just not, unless I'm watching Endgame right after.
I'll agree that I like it better as watching the two of them together versus.
So in regards to where it goes on this list, again, just to let you know how out of whack this is for me. Wait, hang on a second. Mjolnir says he said let's cut the population so we can balance the resources. Why not? Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, no, there were so many ways you could have changed reality to make that better, and like he just was. He liked the idea of killing half the population, and he just stuck with that.
I did get it. I pulled up an interview from the director about this.
Okay.
So.
The Russo brothers.
Yeah. So they say. Let's see. So they say he's a sociopath with a Messiah complex.
Yes.
And he said, people have asked us why didn't Thanos just use those to double the resource in the universe, and clearly he's not interested, he said during the commentary. And then McFeely, the other person who did the screenplay for it, said, no, it's about free will. That doesn't solve the problem, but we're just going to get there millions of years from now. This is an opportunity for people to get it right, and he trusts them, Well, he said he was told no to an idea that he had only felt was the only solution, and then was proved right to himself when the solution was not acted upon. So he gets a Messiah complex, and he's now committed to following through on the idea he had many years ago. He is not stable, although he appears to at times he is not a stable individual.
It's interesting because, like, that is something that we have observed in certain sociopaths who get, like, leadership positions, is that he's clearly insane and is clearly going down the wrong path, but he's very charismatic about doing it, and this really captures that, and I do like that part. And I would like the explanation. I don't accept it fully, but I would. They didn't really get into it, but they kind of hinted at it there, is like, if you just gave them double the resources and you just controlled everything, then the people who survived wouldn't have learned. But I don't know, there are open questions regarding that, and that doesn't seem to have been leaned into much anyway.
Which,
and it
I
makes
mean-
a lot more sense that he's a sociopathic Messiah complex guy.
Right, and then also Cap slightly addresses it in Endgame, where he's just like, whales are back in the harbor, and all this other stuff. Like he's trying to rationalize. Well, we fucked up, and shit's fucked, but maybe some good did come out of it. And like I guess that is a way you could point to. Thanos' belief of like, well, they're gonna write this.
That's not to say that there wasn't any benefit in regards to resources, but like it clearly could have been done way better without massive loss of life.
Yeah.
And thus like motivating all of life to be against Thanos.
Right.
I think he just wanted to do the snap and then kind of slumber for a while.
Well, I mean that was his plan. The director says, it's like, no, he believes that societies will get it right the second time around, and the reason he's so committed to this idea is because he was just like, fucking, I wanted to do the idea, I couldn't do the fucking idea, so now I'm getting a fucking chance to do it. I'm gonna prove I'm right because I'm cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and allegedly it worked on Gamora's planet. Remember, he said that.
Yeah.
Having their population, what did he say? Full bellies, clear skies.
Clear skies. They haven't known any struggles since.
Better planning is usually the answer to that, and like, of course, we say that while like our own governments are like shit poor at some of this stuff.
Also, we say that as sane, rational individuals without a messiah complex.
That's true, yeah.
Say that as sane, rational individuals who would just love if there was half the amount of cars on I-5 or I-405.
Oh my god, I'm about ready to get rid of my car because the pandemic's ending and all the traffic's coming back and I hate it.
Oh yeah,
no,
right in the middle of this shit.
No, like I went out to dinner a week and a half ago with some friends because they were like starting streaming and wanted to talk equipment and whatnot with me. And like I went into the restaurant and like capacity limits are no longer a thing, and it was also street vibrations is back, like street vibrations.
Okay.
So like it's just fucking. I'm just like, traffic is everywhere, and this restaurant is like shoulder to shoulder practically, and I'm just like, when in moments like this, I'm just like, maybe Thanos is right.
Dude, just let out a really loud cough and watch them clear out of your way.
Shh. Right. Yeah.
Oh god, I think I got the flu. No.
a little bit of mucus always, seals the deal.
Oh yeah, there you go, buddy. There you go. That's the winner.
Mjolnir comments, the snap got rid of the stones was his only good idea, in my opinion, if he didn't screw everything over because no one should have that much power.
I mean, yeah, like he really, like...
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Aaron, I know it wasn't Hugo Weaving doing the voice, but what do you think about seeing Red Skull again for like 5 minutes?
I love that. It's completely unexpected, and he's got a good aesthetic for some torn up crazy robe.
Dude, I love the way he looks.
Yeah.
I think it's awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. Completely agree.
So no, I love that inclusion of Red Skull.
I'm happy they found a way to bring him back to the MCU, even if it was fairly...
Yeah,
and I was thinking about it was like, if you're new to this for whatever reason, you decided to go to Infinity War, which I imagine a lot of people did, because again, this was like a big event. Right. Imagine you come in, like, you don't necessarily need the information that he was Red Skull, but it's really neat for the people that stuck around, and that's exactly how you should do that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely.
So...
Yeah, you could freak out in the movie theater, then your friend who didn't see Captain America's like, what the fuck's going on? You're like, you don't know.
You don't know, man. Fuck.
So
46 movies.
All right, so Aaron, where would you put it though on this list? Where would you rank Infinity War?
So, going by the movies I liked a lot. Oh, this is actually really hard. So, it feels wrong I'm skipping to like where I think that realistically this goes.
Mm-hmm.
It feels wrong to put it anywhere other than at the top.
Okay.
Because of what it did and what it was. As an individual movie, I don't care to watch it that much. I would rather watch Winter Soldier. But it feels wrong to not put this at the top.
This is the best written movie of the bunch, besides maybe Guardians 1. On my personal list, this movie is probably number 3 or 4. But if I'm like writing an objective or as close as you can get to an objective list, and like I'm like judging by the quality of writing, I'm like, this is number 1 easily.
Right.
And also like the fucking, like, you want to talk about like the impact of that first Avengers film, while like put 10 years of history behind it.
Exactly. No, you have like the history of those heroes again, but then you're adding a bunch. Now you're bringing in Doctor Strange. Now you're bringing in Guardians of the Galaxy into all this.
And they just match the tone of each movie perfectly when they introduce them. Like,
yeah.
It made the heroes lose, which was a game changer. And something, right. Like, it was...
Yep.
It was very Empire. Is kind of what it reminded me of.
Sure.
So what about you? So for me, it would be number 1 as well.
Yeah, I'll definitely stick it at 1.
Okay, so it's number 1.
Yeah.
Shocking, nobody.
Shocking, absolutely no.
The March Madness number 1. It's like Duke and March Madness. Like, oh, shocking.
Weird.
Yeah. No. Patrick Mahomes is a good quarterback. Who would have thought?
Weird.
Yeah.
Why are you telling lies on this podcast?
Yeah,
I'm
the
just kidding. He is
fucking.
a good quarterback.
I was about to say, like, you mean the dude who just shreds defenses?
No, he's good. I'm just kidding around.
Yeah,
everyone
like,
except the
Doesn't mean I have
Bucks.
to like him or give a shit about his football team, but he's a
look,
good quarterback.
I fucking hate the Chiefs. I hate the Chiefs more than anyone else here besides maybe Aaron. But, like, boy fucking howdy, you gotta admit, that dude can fucking play.
That team's good.
He is.
So, alright, it's
not
number
Brady,
1.
He's no baby Brady or whatever that stupid thing people were saying was last year.
Alright, so, we got, next movie up is Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Ant-Man and the Wasp.
This movie was very okay.
That's how I felt about it, too. It was...
Very okay.
I watched through it when I was in bed. It was one of those movies where I like kind of got comfy in bed, and I was like watching it, and I'm just like, you know, if I wasn't watching this for homework, like, it's just entertaining enough to where I'm gonna stay awake for all of it. Like,
I watched it earlier today. I was alert, and I don't remember most of it.
I think that it has some really funny moments, but you can definitely tell that you can definitely tell that Edgar Wright did not work on this one.
To an extent.
But yeah, I had a good time with it overall. Like, I kind of I kind of have this circle that's building in the middle of this list. That's so what I consider the bad movies is like everything below Spider-Man: Homecoming. Or except Iron Man 1 should be way higher. We fucked up. And then, like, what I consider, like, the really good movies is, like, Iron Man 3 and up. Ant-Man and the Wasp is, like, perfect candidate for, like, that middle section.
Okay.
Like, that's how I kind of feel about it. It's a very, just, like, very similar to Spider-Man: Homecoming and Black Panther and Ragnarok. I watch this movie and I almost immediately forget about its existence. Outside of a couple of very specific jokes.
Mjolnir, are you referring to Infinity War? Mjolnir says, I would put it somewhere between Iron Man 3 and Ant-Man. It was cool, but I don't know. I just didn't vibe very well with it.
I think you mean Ant-Man and the Wasp. So as always, for Ant-Man and the Wasp, better, worse, or...
This was my first time watching. And I enjoyed it. The thing I love about Ant-Man is all of these characters interacting with each other. They're funny. They're enjoyable. Paul Rudd, in particular, like his lines are fantastic. And she said, "You know what? I would always hide in the wardrobe when we played hide and go seek." I said, "You didn't really get the game, did you?" Okay.
But,
There are a lot of lines like that, and the way you guys are describing it, I feel like it's not. Those lines aren't coming up, but those lines are there. I think that the villain aspect of this movie kind of sort of hurts it, especially after coming off of Infinity War.
It's a good palate cleanser after Infinity War.
Sure.
You have this very fucking because Infinity War is this very serious film, and it builds up Thanos and all this fucking conflict and shit. And then this movie is very light and breezy.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's a family.
But yeah, I had a good time, and I'm a little biased towards Ant-Man as well. There's something about Paul Rudd's character and just the way these characters interact with each other that really strikes a chord for me more than, in fact, most of these movies for whatever reason.
There are a couple of ones that I fucking was dying. The Baba Yaga scene.
Sure.
That was funny.
The True Serum.
The True Serum.
Bits.
It is True Serum.
He's a leader. Yeah, that's right. I'm the leader.
This was like about the same for me, and what I mean is like the first time I watched this movie, I enjoyed it. It's funny, I had a good time, but the plot isn't like that impactful, so I quickly forget it. And it was the same thing. Like there were some moments I was laughing really hard, and I had a fun time watching it, but I'm still just like, I feel like it is very forgetful at the same time.
I like how it does make fun of itself. Like, do you guys just put quantum in front of everything?
Yeah.
I did like that.
Also, I love how they call out the Marvel movie trope of the fucking baseball hat and glasses. Just like, we look at ourselves at a baseball game.
That's right.
Hey, we got a follow.
What up? Thank you.
Fuck, I have to open the creator dashboard. Jesus coming soon. Beautiful name. Thank you for the follow. A plus.
Milner says there was Ghost, who was kind of villain, and then Giant Man. I got confused on who was the main villain. The scene where Wasp runs on the knives was sick.
So you have like the con man guy, and then you have like the FBI guy, and then you have Ghost and Lawrence Fishburne's character.
Yep.
And then like it's just like it gets very muddy, but like it's and like you have all this like quantum realm stuff, and like it's kind of like a heist movie, but also a chase movie at the same time.
Yep.
And like it has a lot of really good humor. I'm not gonna go.
I watched in the last few hours. I watched a human-sized ant lounge on a couch and eat Doritos.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
There aren't many movies where I can say that.
You also watched the same ant rock the drums.
Yeah, to kick ass on the drums.
That was good. I really enjoyed. I really enjoyed fucking Agent Woo. It's like, well, your dad went to Germany and drew all over the walls with Captain America. It's just like,
I really like that actor. Period.
That actor's fantastic.
He's so good in WandaVision too. I'm so glad.
I want
they got
that guy
him
in like everything.
Mm-hmm.
You guys ever seen the Dictator, or not the Dictator? The Interview.
Yes.
Oh no, I've wanted to.
Oh my gosh, dude, his role in the Interview.
Sounds good.
It's so funny, man.
I'm not gonna do a full plot overview for this one.
Okay, that's fine.
Just because time, partially.
No, we've been going, and Infinity War.
There's not a ton of plot to go through in that movie anyway.
There's some bits to go through, but like, I agree with Mjolnir here. It says I enjoyed it very much, but it lost me in some of the plot points. I think that applies to me perfectly.
But I think if I sit that this movie, has a lot of bits and pieces in it I like, but as for some reason those individual parts just don't come together well. And I think that's my biggest problem with it. And I enjoy it. I don't enjoy it as much as I enjoy the first one. But that scene where he's the size of a kid in the school, and like he gets
So fucking good.
That
Yeah.
was funny.
and then he gets
Hey,
into-
champ, how was school today?
Hey.
Ha 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 ha.
It's just like, would you like some juice box and some string cheese? Do you really have that?
Do you really have that?
Dude, when he said that, oh my god, he's like,
So good. And then when he's Hope's mom for a brief moment,
oh,
Paul Rudd
God.
just crushes that.
That was so fucking, dude. I was dying.
It was so good. And what I actually really appreciated was that both Hank Pym and Hope both totally understand what's going on and they just accept it. And they're holding Paul Rudd's hand and they're like, he's like holding their cheek and they just they accept it and they're like, yeah, no, this is actually a heartwarming moment. Oh, this is cool. And then I'm laughing at the same time. It's like, okay.
And then
That's
Paul Rudd
funny.
comes back. It's like, guys, we need to focus. It's,
It's like, God, I got nothing. I don't know what we're gonna do.
honestly, that scene made me feel pretty awkward.
Okay, I really enjoyed it. Because again, because they bought it immediately, and that's what did it for me. Was that they
Yeah,
understood
that
what was
was
going on
funny.
and went in.
That was
also, man, they take a while, but they get to another Luis story. And that
Oh
was
my
good.
God,
Yeah.
the build up to another Luis story, and it was so good.
Just
Luis is
like-
fantastic as again.
It's just like you need to let the jukebox play.
Yeah, you just have to let this go.
If Michael Pena wasn't also in this movie, I probably would have skipped watching it. Just being completely
I love the first Ant-Man so
Sure.
much that wasn't gonna happen. I did like how he after the truces because and the company is growing broke. It's just and yeah, there's hints to us that's going broke the entire time, but then they finally find out. Oh Lord. Oh, this movie has the second best Stan Lee cameo so far.
Which one was this?
The one, so the first, what I consider number one is him with the Watchers and Guardians 2. I mean, come on.
That one's pretty good.
But
Wait, you like that one more than the strip club one in Deadpool?
yes,
Oh,
That is very Stan Lee, but
yeah, but pervy Stan Lee is I'm so tired of it. It happens so many times.
I had one that was higher than the Watcher one, but I can't remember off the top of my head.
that scene when he's about to get a car in San Francisco and it shrinks to the size of our RC car. He's like, the '60s were fun, but I'm paying for them now.
Oh yeah, no, that
Yeah,
was
that was a good line.
That was
That was a
funny.
very good line.
Michael Pena said Luis was the hardest character to act in his whole career. I bet, dude.
Wow.
Apparently for Ant-Man 3, one of the three dudes isn't going to be back. It's the black,
Which dude?
The black
probably
guy.
T.I. Yeah,
No.
that's
damn.
T.I. He's a rapper.
Yeah. God damn it. He's good.
No, I like him. I like him in these.
Well, the next Ant-Man is going to be fucking incredibly important to the MCU because the main villain is Kang the motherfucking Conqueror.
Mhm.
And it's called Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. So
I feel like
You
they
do
could
add
have
quantum
done a
at the
better
beginning of
title.
anything.
They had to put quantum in there.
They
did.
had to.
I enjoyed the Giant Man stuff, especially that scene when it shows the angle from a coffee shop of him trying to stop the truck. That shit
Yeah.
was fucking great. It does the size jokes again really well. It's just the overall plot just feels like a fucking mess. Is my big issue, and then
Yeah.
there's so many villains going on with it, and it's a movie that I kind of forget that I enjoy it until I rewatch it and talk about it again.
Or I can see that.
Another great moment I totally forgot about until running the fucking highlights is that I completely forgot about until running the highlights again was that fucking scene on the boat where they thought he was a fucking whale. Like that, and then the fucking chase scene through San Francisco, and and then of course we have that ending where he saves Ghost. They
Yep.
save or they're getting the healing particles for Ghost, and then it's guys, where you at? And they get turned to fucking dust, Oh my god, that was so
That
good.
that was an incredible ending.
Could not because this is going on at the same time. I like how the Stan Lee cameo in the Amazing Spider-Man was him in the library with the Spider-Man and the Lizard through a table at Stan, and Spider-Man grabs it. That was a good one. That was a great cameo in a shit movie.
You said that so fast, I heard Spider-Man and Stan Lee cameo.
The Stan Lee cameo in the Amazing Spider-Man with the Lizard, where Spider-Man saves him from getting hit by a table.
Oh yes, I do like that. And for the record, I'd rather watch either of the Amazing Spider-Man than watch Far From.
We'll get there. We will get there.
Oh my god, I need.
That'll be a fun conversation.
It's gonna fucking cause me to have this list is going to kill us. It's going.
I'm ready for this last episode, man. It's gonna be fun.
It's gonna be 4 fucking hours long.
It is gonna be way longer than that.
And then
it's gonna be so long.
Oh, and then in the post
You have to beef up the suspension on this chair for optimum comfort.
And then in the post credits, it's just an ant by itself in the house playing drums.
Hanging out.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That was
Good.
the post credits.
Okay. So what is everyone rated out of 5? For me, it's like 3, bordering on a 4. I'll give it a 4 out of benefit of the doubt.
I'll give it a 4. That's a solid 4. I had a great time. It's not like, epic or anything. It's very much a self-contained story, and like villains are, evil guy trying to make money, and like misunderstood person who's threatened and needs to fix stuff before they die.
I feel like that them giving them Kang the Conqueror for their 3rd movie is them just going, fine, we'll give him a good villain.
Yeah. Look, man. I don't know how well these movies do, but I have enjoyed both of them very much.
There's parts of this movie I enjoyed. I liked it, but at some point I gotta start giving more, I guess, objective scores, or not just scoring everything high. I'll be honest, this movie's like a 2 for me.
Wow.
Okay.
I mean, that's Age of Ultron for me, so I understand.
And that doesn't even mean that it's bad. That just means that there's a lot of movies that are 4s and 5s, and a fair share of 3s. So some are going to be low.
Mm-hmm.
But none of them will ever be as low as Thor: The Dark World. That is a fact.
All right, where do we want to put this? For me, I kind of have it right below Thor: Ragnarok, above Black Panther.
In my own personal list, I think this movie is attached to the hip to the first Ant-Man.
Mm-hmm.
I think it hits all those points just as well, whereas it varies regarding the villain and the pace of the story and all that. I don't know where to put above or below, to be honest. But if I'm looking at this list, if you ask me to watch Ant-Man and the Wasp again or watch Thor: Ragnarok again, I think I just barely would want to watch Thor: Ragnarok more.
Okay, so you're putting it below Ragnarok.
So I'd probably put it at the same spot that you did.
All right, what about you? What about you, Derek?
Well, I liked what Aaron said about putting it with the other Ant-Man, but I'd put it below Ant-Man 1.
So you'd be putting it higher than we'd want to put it, actually.
Oh, higher?
Yeah, because
you'd be putting it by saying that it would put it above Iron Man 3, which is above Thor: Ragnarok.
Oh no, it's definitely got to go below Thor: Ragnarok. I actually like Thor: Ragnarok quite a bit.
All right, so
it will be above Black Panther. Are you okay with that?
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Or not? Are you okay? But will you tolerate that until we have?
No, I'll tolerate it. And I wasn't here last week, so I'm just gonna 5 seconds say what I think about Black Panther.
Yep.
Great movie, great production value. Love the set pieces. I do not enjoy Killmonger. I think he's the most overrated villain I've ever seen.
Wow.
In terms of people talking about him, I don't like Killmonger in the movie at all, but I love the rest of the movie. That's my feeling.
Fair enough.
Okay.
All right.
And then what was the other movie from last week?
Thor: Ragnarok.
Oh, Thor: Ragnarok. I like Ragnarok quite a bit.
Okay.
It's pretty. It's
pretty.
Yeah, the movie's pretty good.
Pretty even.
Yeah.
That movie, I feel like, is where Thor finally really comes into his character.
I think that's something that what Infinity War. I mean, I guess it happens at the end. Starts at the end of Ragnarok, but like we were talking about it with the Infinity War stuff, where we get to like a real big like meaningful point with Thor is at the beginning of Infinity War, but that's set up by the end of Ragnarok and losing Asgard.
Right.
Just like the beginning of the trauma, and then like through Endgame dealing with it. Yeah, I love Ragnarok a lot, and I think we all agree that like, especially after Thor and Thor: Dark World, like there is good character growth for Thor in the first movie, and I really liked that aspect of the first Thor, but I've attempted twice now to watch Thor: Dark World, and I haven't made it through.
I fell asleep.
You put on an Incredible Hulk, I'll pop a bag of popcorn and I'll watch the fucking movie. You put on Dark World, I will not watch it.
I will fall asleep. Yes.
Okay, so here's my plan, Bronson. However we can do this. I noticed that on Disney Plus there's a watch together. There's like a watch party option. We can do group watch.
Oh god.
Can we watch Thor: The Dark World one more time together, and then we just talk at each other to keep each other awake? We can just like do Mystery Science Theater, like riffing over it to keep ourselves going.
No, we'll stream it, and this is what's going to be the middle of the stream. It's going to be all three of us in these gaming chairs.
Dude,
I'd be willing to stream it on the channel if we can get that. If we could arrange that somehow.
If I have to attempt to watch that movie, I'm gonna become truly tortured. You guys are gonna.
That's
again. We'll be together though. That's the whole point.
Will emerge.
Emily is down with this.
Oh fuck. Okay.
Alright, well, better to suffer.
We also have
after all these movies.
Yeah, fine. That's
but before
fine.
the end episode.
Is there a single even moment in that movie that's?
Yeah, there are a couple.
Fine?
There are a couple.
I remember Thor and Loki being in a desert together.
The Loki cameo is pretty good. Or the Captain America cameo.
The scientist man. Yeah, that bit's good. I did like that. I like that was the movie where Loki's in like Loki's in the jail cell and then he informs him that his mom died. Like I thought that was a good scene.
That might be the only.
And then there was Naked Scientist.
So here's my favorite part of this movie is the part when I wake up in the middle of the credits and I feel really refreshed from my nap.
Yeah, man. Dude.
Mjolnir says, rewatch it again in case you forgot something. Trust me, I forgot some things in that I just checked out of the movie and
alright, so in our totally fucked up rankings that are definitely going to be reworked in July.
Yes.
Oh boy. No, alright, so from worst to first: Hulk, Thor: Dark World, Thor, Iron Man 2, Iron Man, Age of Ultron, Spider-Man: Homecoming, Winter Soldier, Black Panther, Ant-Man the Wasp, Thor: Ragnarok, Iron Man 3, Ant-Man, Captain America: The First Avenger, Doctor Strange, Civil War, Guardians of the Galaxy 2, Guardians of the Galaxy, Avengers, and Avengers: Infinity War.
That's a fun top 10.
That is, looking at the top 10.
It may not be the most optimal top 10, but I think it was a perfectly serviceable top 10 so far.
Fellow members of the council, I have a deal to propose.
Deals. Okay.
If we can move Thor 2 to the bottom right now, I will agree to do whatever co-stream thing we just talked about.
Whatever. You want Thor: Dark World to go all the way to the bottom. You got to join us for this stream so that we can confirm that it needs to be at the bottom.
I watched it 3 times. I only finished it once.
The reason it is there, that is my fault. That is my fault that it is there right now. And the reason is I'm the lone person who believes I'd rather be bored than have an actively bad movie put on me.
You don't want to find out. You know what? No, I would rather have a. You know, that movie has a great soundtrack. That Abomination fight is fucking fun and stupid, and you find out why the Hulk can't fuck. And you know what?
200 BC. beats.
That's better than anything in goddamn Thor 2.
It's so awkward and stupid.
Yeah,
And they have
it
this big
is.
fight in this plain ass open field, and the reveal, the way they set up the genius is stupid as shit.
Aaron,
It
your
is
birthday
stupid.
in, like September, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna buy you a fucking 4K copy of the Incredible
Fuck you.
Hulk.
No. God.
You know what? You're right. That movie is a giant piece of shit. You're completely right. But the thing
I love the way they set it up. I like the idea of him being like, where was it? South America? Somewhere in South America?
Yeah.
I liked that. I liked that idea, and then running on the rooftops and all that.
But like the fucking like the thing is like I at least can like sit and watch this movie and finish it and like be like, okay, yeah, that was bad. Versus like Thor Dark World is so dreary and fucking boring. Oh my fucking god.
I just remember I remember the first time I went in the theaters, because I didn't have anything else to distract myself or anything. I sat and watched it, and I had a perfectly serviceable time. The second time, I was on a second screen set up. You know, I was trying to do other stuff, and I just found myself going to the computer screen more. I want to do it one more time. Even if we don't do a personal, like, together watch party, I have to watch it one more time for myself, just to be sure.
Like,
Because otherwise I still hold this opinion.
This is what
I
happens.
remember
Friday
seeing Thor 2. Sorry, go ahead.
Friday night, I go to watch this movie. I get about a quarter of the way through, and I watch all these movies the same way. I push this back about 6 feet, the big 65-inch with the surround sound. I make myself a snack or sometimes a meal, and then I fucking kick back, put my feet up, and I enjoy the movie. And I finish my meal, and I fucking, like, a third of the way into the movie, I'm kind of drowsy, and then and then I wake up, and it's the end battle scene. And then the second time, something similar happens, except I don't eat this time. I just turn on the movie. It's Sunday night, and I'm just like, and then I get, about halfway through it this time, and then I'm just like, God, this is taking forever, and fucking, why does it look like shit? How do they make the beautiful city of fucking Asgard look so fucking gray?
Yeah, Mjolnir touched on that just now, too. Yeah, the color palette's bland for some reason, because when you watch Thor 1, Asgard looks incredible.
Yes.
Yeah, and then I just fucking slowly wake up, it's the credits, and then finally, I'm like, okay, I need to finish this movie for the podcast. Monday night, I sit at my monitor, sitting up, like, that way I know I won't get comfy and fall asleep, and I watch through it, I'm just like, that was so fucking painfully boring. And the thing is I did a series like this, like, before Endgame came out at the previous outlet, and I remember Stephanie and I watched this fucking movie, and, like, we literally could not wait for it to be fucking over.
See, Aaron, you said you had a serviceable time at the theater. I saw this movie at the theater with someone, and when it was over, I was just like, I'm sorry it took us to
The only way this movie is good in a theater is if, like, I don't know, you're doing things you shouldn't be, like...
Or you go to one of those 21 and up theaters and you're just getting really drunk.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, you're just at the IMAX blackout drunk on a Tuesday morning.
Some movies are so bad you just have to spend like $100 at the concession stand for it to be, like, passable.
Mjolnir in the chat, though, does say Natalie Portman still looks hot, though.
Natalie Portman's still Natalie Portman. So
No, that is true.
She doesn't do anything for me in that respect, but
Natalie
Portman's performance in Annihilation is fucking fantastic.
Natalie Portman,
I need to watch Annihilation. I've heard
Natalie
so many
Portman
good fucking things about that movie.
You can borrow my copy. I'm serious.
Natalie Portman is fine as hell. I don't know.
We're gonna get this going. I just want to say there's only 2 movies where I brought people along and I felt really bad about bringing them and apologized to them either during the movie or afterwards. And the first one was Bruno.
With the Gaby.
They wanted to go watch some romantic comedy, and I'm just like, dude, I cannot begin to give a shit. I can't do that.
So you punish
Borat
them?
was.
So you punish them by taking them to
Borat
fucking
was a
Peru?
hilarious time.
No, it
Dude,
wasn't.
Borat is.
Yes, it
Borat
was.
still holds
No.
up. I haven't watched the new one yet.
Borat's
but I bet
something. Borat is something different. I'm not I'm not gonna say it's like comedic genius or anything. I'm saying it's an experience. When that movie
It's an
came out,
experience,
that
it's-
was an experience.
it's just like
and then I
that-
thought, I don't know, let's try Bruno, and like, oh fuck,
It's like 90% of Napoleon Dynamite, where I'm like, why the fuck do people find this funny?
dude, Napoleon Dynamite is fantastic. It was perfect for the time.
Dude, I actually watched Napoleon Dynamite like a few weeks ago. It still holds up.
Yeah, I mean, again, like I feel like it's certainly of the time kind of thing,
Yeah.
but the other movie was I, Frankenstein, which I had a good time, but like I've heard literally
I
no
never
other
saw
person
that, but
like
I thought it looked cool.
it's not great.
All right,
yeah.
so we need to go over some stuff. Go over the so we went over the full list. We'll be back next week with fucking Captain Marvel. Oh,
Yeah.
God,
I like
Another movie I found serviceable.
that's gonna be another Thor for me. And then
Dude,
Endgame.
Ben Mendelsohn.
Yeah.
Endgame. Hey, you know. And then
End game.
And then Thursday night, I'm going to be continuing our World of Warcraft runs. That is going to probably be our last or second to last WoW stream for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Because we are about to cap out and be ready for raiding.
Right.
So there's that. Then on Sunday, we're going to be doing our podcast. Our
Super Gamecast 2.
Super Gamecast 2, which you can get on iTunes and Spotify.
Yes.
Also, due to the new Sea of Thieves update,
yeah.
went
As
from-
revealed by E3.
as revealed by E3, what went from like maybe in a couple weeks we'll come back to it, as basically turns into in 2 weeks we are definitely going to be doing pirate shit.
Yeah, we're going back to that pirate shit.
Yar.
Yar.
Maybe it's time
Yar.
for me to finally check that game out.
Dude, it's so dope.
You're about to get the next chapter of Pirates of the Caribbean, I guess. So
No, I mean, I hear it's cool. I do like Pirates of the Caribbean a lot.
yeah.
By the way, I looked up, speaking of E3 shit, I looked up Back 4 Blood's like character roster,
Mm-hmm.
and oh my god, I love it. I love it
Okay.
so much. Especially, first off, there's a character that looks like me if my hair was just curly.
There you go. All right.
So, dibs
You're in the
on
game.
that shit.
You're in the game.
It's gonna be, so they're aiming to have it be cross-play, at least between PC and Xbox. So, there's gonna be that.
That's good.
Big... Oh shit! Sub-a-dub-dub!
What's up, Meticulous? How
What
you
is
doing?
up, Meticulous? With the sub-a-dub-dubs!
Thank you very much, man. We appreciate that.
So there are so this time there are 8 different party members, and they actually have different abilities, all with different backgrounds.
Sure.
So like one of them is called Mom, instant revive, support inventory, team gets an extra life, and then like this is her background. The only person surprised that Mom became the voice of the survivors in Finleyville was herself. She never shirked from a challenge and always put the needs of others over her own. Still, for one who used to bucking authority, her newfound responsibility sometimes weighs uneasily on her. Although she has faith in her cleaners, that's the like zombie hunters that you play as.
Mhm.
Mom has questioned her leader's strategies on more than one occasion, especially since the death of her son. Mom's goal is simple: make the ridden, the zombies pay.
All right. Yeah.
Character.
Yeah. No, it hasn't been too long, Meticulous, but it's still nice to see you. We
Yeah, for
appreciate you
sure.
coming in.
Thank
Hope you're
you.
doing well.
Hope you're doing good, dude. Like, but the one I like is Hoffman.
Okay.
Spawn ammo with kills, offensive item slot extra, and our team gets more ammo.
Okay.
It's like it, and this background just sounds like if you combine Quinn and I into a person.
Oh no.
A meticulous individual and an enthusiastic
Meticulous. Aha.
individual and an enthusiastic prepper and conspiracy theorist.
no.
When the infection hit, he and his mother hunkered down and rode out the storm as the rest of the world fell into chaos. After his mother passed away to sleep and his supplies ran out, he left his boarded-up house to face the world of the Devil Worm. Howard Robert Hoffman is generally skilled and good-hearted, with an earnest desire to be a useful part of the team. As part of the Cleaners, he's finally come across the family he's always wanted. He has had to wade through the zombie apocalypse to find it.
Damn.
And yeah, they straight up have, like, fucking, like equivalents to Left 4 Dead stuff and, like, new Left 4 Dead stuff ones. Like, for example, for example, the Hunter is the Stinger. One that's really interesting, though, is the Snitcher. This ridden creates a deafening screech when aggroed and will trigger a horde.
Ooh.
So if you... Yeah, oh my... Dude, I'm so ready for this fucking game. Oh my god. Dude,
Let's play it together when the time comes.
Dude, yeah, like, I was such a big fucking Left 4 Dead mark. And then, like...
It's been a minute since I played Left 4 Dead, but I always had a blast.
We play it every Halloween.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, yeah, like,
Nice to finally have Left 4 Dead 3.
Yep. Back for blood. So, yeah, anyway, so we'll be back. So, schedule, one more time for the people to know. Tomorrow, Halo We Love You.
Yep.
It's called Back 4 Blood. It's going to be on Game Pass for Xbox and PC, and it's basically the new Left 4 Dead.
It's by at least some of the Left 4 Dead people,
From
right?
the creators of
Left
Left 4 Dead, it's that studio. Yeah, that studio is Left Valve.
Yeah. So it's basically the third Left 4 Dead without officially being Left 4 Dead, and that's going to be out this October.
The doors even look like Left 4 Dead doors.
Yep. It's going to be good.
Yeah, so there's a cooperative story campaign and a competitive multiplayer as well. So anyway.
As Left 4 Dead should have.
So,
Wednesday.
Let's see. Good night, you guys. Absolutely, Mjolnir. Thank you for coming by.
Man.
Thank you for hanging.
Nice
I'm excited. Hell yeah, dude.
Hell yeah.
Pop in the Discord. Once that game's out, I'm gonna be organizing like sessions. It comes out my birthday weekend, and literally I want to do nothing but go to get steaks that weekend and then play it all weekend straight.
There is a decent chance that this becomes like a community co-op night game.
Yeah,
October. So
Bronson, what's your perfect steak?
Medium rare, leaning a little bit towards more rare.
But what cut? Yes, correct answer on how it should be cut.
Filet mignon. Is that a break from Classic WoW? Yes, I've been going super hard on Classic WoW. I've been streaming it every Thursday, and I actually might stream my Karazhan run this weekend as well. So if I get into one, so keep an eye out on the channel for that. And if you want to play with us, Quinn and I, along with Anthony and a couple other people from our community, are on the server Benediction, and of course we are Alliance.
Mm-hmm.
So, but anyway, schedule. So tomorrow, Halo We Love You. We're gonna play Halo. We start Halo 4.
Halo 4 is this week.
Then Thursday, we continue WoW. Saturday, podcast. Sunday.
Ooh, Sunday.
Yeah, Sunday podcast. Not sure if I can join, but I can watch. Hell yeah, dude. Love people coming in and talking MMOs with me.
Hang out, play, and talk games.
I've actually considered going through Final Fantasy story mode for stream content. Sure. Yeah. Well, because everyone complained that I didn't go far enough, so I was like, all right, I'll fucking...
Wait, which Final Fantasy?
14.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, people said I didn't...
interject something real quick. If we ever do, like, Final Fantasy 7 remake, whatever, I'm all over it.
Oh, nice.
We have original Final Fantasy 7.
Yeah, we do.
Anyway, so yeah, next week, though, we continue this. We get one step closer to wrapping up. 2-3 weeks out. Halo We Love You. Halo 4 continues. And then, is next week Pirates, or is it the week after? Hold on.
I want to say it's next week. This week you're doing World of Warcraft, but next week
week is Pirates again, because that is 2 days after the release of the thing. So
Yes.
there's gonna be 5 new Tall Tales with Jack Sparrow and Pirates of the Caribbean, all that good shit. So, thank you guys for tuning in. We love you. I know, Metaculous, you caught us right at the end, bro.
But thank you for coming in. It's nice to see
Thank you for coming in. We do have one friend who's still up. My friend Stephanie.
All right.
Pop in the Discord, dude. We're talking games, especially right now. It's E3, so everyone's in the Discord talking games.
Yep, and we notify people in the Discord when we start shows. There's a schedule at the bottom for when we start our shows if you need one. We also try to post on our social media channels when we're about to go live to help with that. But otherwise,
yeah, bug us personally. We'll answer stuff.
Yeah, exactly, right.
Anyway, I'll probably join you all for the new beta Phasmophobia stuff. Right?
We got some Phasmo stuff that we're also trying to get together too. So
there you go. See, anyway,
Panda Kitty's been bugging me about some Phasmo stuff, so I think we're gonna need to do that.
She's also been bugging about pirate stuff as well. So
she's gonna get both.
She's gonna get all the new pirate stuff. Anyway, Stephanie is playing Neopets. All y'all do us a favor, say hi to our friend Stephanie, give her a follow, go bug her, troll her a little bit, but not like in a mean way. I want y'all rating.
What's a superhero opinion that gets on her nerves?
I don't know. She really loves Scarlet Witch, so if you just want to poke at that.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I like Wanda a lot.
Yeah.
We're going over. Rating, boys.
Let's go. All right. Over on the YouTube end. See ya. Oh, my gut's not agreeing with me right now.
I had very mediocre pasta for dinner.
Yay. That's my mediocre response.
I also had a cannoli that felt like they didn't use nearly a sweet enough cream for it.
Aw.
Dude, I love cannolis.
This was like... I knew it was probably going to be mediocre because of the reviews for the place, but they were the only place in town that was doing delivery Italian. And I was like, really wanted fucking pasta that wasn't Cheesecake Factory. But I probably would have been better off going to fucking Cheesecake Factory. Anyway, for those of you who are still watching us for some reason, what the fuck are you doing? Go watch Steph, go say hi to her, give her love.
Yep.
All you need is love. All you need is love.
Ugh.